morning. It's middle of April and it's almost, it is dry enough to be working in the fields. I actually did a little bit of harrowing yesterday afternoon. I would prefer being there right now and getting my seeding done. But when you have a sawmill and you have customers, sometimes you just have to change your plans a little bit and work around what they need. And I have a customer that wanted some 6x8s and 8x8s in hardwood. Their company has a big stone crusher and they mount them on these big 8x8s to support it. So I've been doing this for several years for the guys, and they were kind of desperate a couple days ago, and I said I'd try to do it for them, but I had logs down the field and I didn't know if I could get them out, but I thought I could. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to try to do. But yesterday I came in and drove the skid steer through the woods here because I didn't quite dare to go through the field. I figured I could go with the horses through the field all right, but I got up here with the skid steer to load some logs on the wagon, and I didn't even get to the logs. As you can see, I got in here and the skid steer decided to go down, so we're stuck in the mud. And that was yesterday. It froze up a tiny little bit last night, but not enough to amount to anything, so we're still stuck and it's not coming out of there on its own. So I brought the horses in and I decided I'm just going to pull the skid steer out, and the beech logs are over there. I'm going to just skid them across my neighbor's property through the woods and onto their driveway, and then we can load onto the wagon at that point. I think so. Now this skid steer is stuck, but it's not that bad, so it won't take much to pull it out. The problem is I have no help here today except for the horses, and so I'm going to just ask them to go while I'm driving the skid steer. It won't take much to walk up out of here, and we're headed into the woods, so it should be safe enough. I'm confident it is, but there again, it's one of those things that if you're not really used to your horses and know what they're capable of, and I would highly suggest not doing this, but I think they'll be fine, so we'll see. It's good that the woods are actually drier than the field. I can go through the skid steer and I can skid these logs up. This is my neighbor's property, and they have some people that do some sugaring here. You can see where the pipelines are up through there. They're done sugaring for the year, of course, but their lines stay there year round. So there's the horses with a 16-foot beech, I think, on there. So we'll skid that up to the skid steer and continue on. One big advantage about using these logging carts, when you hitch to that log, and if you're going through mud, that log will not spin. It stays right in that one position. So sometimes if you're turning corners, you get a log dirtier, but if you go fairly straight, that log will stay in that position. So the only dirt that you get on that log is right on the very bottom. You can see down low, sort of, what dirt is just on the bottom. You have 3 clean sides of that log and 1 dirty side. So when I put it on the mill, I will position it to start with so that I take off 90% of that dirt in my first pass, so it helps keep my blades sharp. This being beech is also an advantage because it's a smooth bark tree, and so it will not take on too much dirt, which is nice. So I got to landing with this beech log and realized my chain was too tight, so I couldn't unhitch the chain very easily, so I didn't worry about it too much. I just jumped on the skid steer and cheated a little bit. I just picked up the log and took the tension off the chain, and then I just jumped down and unhitched the chain. Made it pretty simple. With my other logging cart, I have a release on the drawbar, but this one doesn't, so it looks good to be able to do it this way. Off to put the log on and realized, well, if that log rolls off those forks, it's going to roll right into the horses. So I decided that I'd get the horses a little bit farther ahead just to be safe. Putting this log on the wagon, I forgot all about my camera, but I remembered it in time and saved it. These logs are right tight to the ground. Can't really get a chain around them. This beech log, it's not a log, but it's fine for what I'm doing. That big old limb on it, fully cut limb. And a little crooked, but that's okay. But anyways, if I had my other logging cart, I'd have my logging tongs on it, and I could just grab onto that log and snake it out of there, no problem. But as it is, I'm going to have to put the chain on it such a way that it hopefully will come out of there. I can't get all the way around the tree. I do it like this at an angle. If I go just a little ways, hopefully the chain will hold. I think it will. And hopefully it'll pull it out of there. We'll see. Well, the chain held for a moment, but not for very long. But it was long enough so that I could go back and get a chain around the log at this point. Okay, that worked good. Got that out of there, and I turned those other logs even, freed them up, so maybe I can get a chain on them, although it doesn't look too good. But I see 2 more 8-footers up there. I think I can get a chain on that. Will probably be all we need for this job anyway, so. beech is very heavy wood, so these slabs, I just cut them in half before I threw them in the rack. Also, that log was almost 17 feet long, so it was kind of long to get out of the building anyways. So this order also is calling for 4x8s in blocking, so I was able to get two 4x8s out of this log plus an 8x8. Okay, so this is what we're sawing. 6x6s, 8x8s. This is an 8x8. 6x6, 6x8s, I've already made some of them, and 4x6s here. So it's all going to be cut into 18-inch pieces and make blocking for the big stone crusher. So that's it for now.